Team JQ. All right, here is episode 2 of Ask the Q. And the question I was asked over the weekend that was on everybody's mind was, hey, how does the government shutdown affect me? So I got 4 things for you to go over, and we'll go over that in a second. All right, welcome back to Ask the Q, and the question that was asked to me was, how does the government shutdown affect me? Well, me as an investor, or you as an investor, what would I be worried about? I would be worried about Section 8 tenants, because some of those Section 8 tenants, or all those Section 8 tenants, will not get their money to pay you, because Section 8 is funded by the federal government, and therefore, bottom line is you don't get paid when the government is shut down. The other thing I would worry about is if you're in a area that has a high density of government contractors, etc. Well, those government contractors are not going to get paid either. So be wary of that. So those are the 2 things: government contractors and government employees, and Section 8 tenants. Now, let's go over item number 2, FHA and USDA. Those 2 loans are absolutely affected by a government shutdown. USDA loans get completely turned off during a shutdown, and FHA loans don't get assigned a serial number. So if they're not assigned a serial number, then you can't go to closing. And if USDA is not open, then you're not getting your loan approved from them. So bottom line on those 2, if government shutdown happens, there will not be a closing for you until the government shutdown is, or the government is reopened. Now, VA loans are not affected by that. They're always they're part of the government that's always funded. And number 3, Fema. Now this is a big one. If you're in any of the flood-prone areas of the United States, well, guess what? Your FEMA-backed insurance, those policies don't get written during that time. So if your policy doesn't get written, then you don't go to closing because you don't have a flood insurance policy. Now, some banks and title companies might allow you to get away with it, but most will not. It is a requirement to have flood insurance if you're in a flood zone. Therefore, most likely your closing will be delayed, and there are other implications that I'm going to talk about in a second about that. Number 4, the 4th thing that I would worry about is the last 2 items that I just talked about delay your closing. Now, if it delays your closing, I would look at what it takes for your rate lock to be extended, and then does your funding fee change at all? Those are the 2 things that I would look at. Also, talk to your lenders, talk to your real estate agents, talk to everybody, because this is not a time, right now is not a time to go just bury your head in the sand and go, I'll figure it out when it hits. No, we have 44 more days until a possible government shutdown. Therefore, get your head out of your ass, start being proactive, and figure out what you can do to help either your tenants, etc., or help your clients with respect to these government-backed loans or government-backed insurance, i.e. the flood insurance issue. This is JQ. Those are the items that I would be concerned about during a government shutdown. Let me know if you have any questions. JQ.